everyone, good evening. Well, not so good evening for some of us, but I hope that for most of us it's still good or at least bearable. I was not really planning coming on live tonight, but just having such an uneasy feeling all day today. Um, so painful, so disappointing, and I just felt like I would like to share some thoughts with you, but also um, would like to hear your feedback, your opinion. So it has been over 100 days of the war in Ukraine, and so much have happened. You may or may have not heard that this morning there was attack on the capital of Ukraine and Kiev, and it was about five rocket. In English, it's missiles. About five missiles hit different areas of Kiev today, and it just was such a shocker, such a painful reminders that do not relax, do not let it go, do not forget. So in last couple of weeks, people in the city of Kiev, in the capital, kind of started to going back to life a little bit. They started to open up their businesses, their stores. I've seen some people I follow open up even places like private hospitals, restaurants. Beauty is a big thing in Ukraine. Women still put themselves together. So I saw uh, different beauty salons. It's also spring and summer, so women take extra, care. And it was a bit uplifting. I have been for those of you who posted me on Instagram, I haven't posted so many romantic, beautiful things because your heart is just aching and yearning for something beautiful, for something romantic, for something uplifting, and seeing friends, family, and people that I respect, admire, and follow. There are few that I really appreciate and find inspirational from my home city. Seeing them coming back to life, even smiling, even going out, it kind of gives me that boost. If they are doing this, I should be living a little bit more, laugh a little bit more. And I still think you should do it anyway, because even in the midst of the most horrific tragedy, if you can laugh about something, or if you can smile about something, or if you can love somebody harder, I think like one of the things I was thinking about is we can't stop the things that's going on, but we can love people stronger and harder. I don't know if harder is a word, but stronger, I would say. So you can just you kind of feel that urge to live and experience and feel and do all kinds of things. And so uh, people are starting to really, hi everyone, so glad to see you. Thank you so much for joining my unexpected live. So yeah, it was just so inspiring to see people coming back to life a little bit. And um, yes, I guess you can say love harder. Okay. Sometimes I mix up the expressions still after all these years. Sometimes it's still a bit of a challenge. But yeah, it just, it was so nice. People start to be getting carried away. My family, some of my family members were on the west of the country, and I was just talking to them about maybe 2 weeks ago, I would say, about this, and I was almost begging them to not come back to our capital city. But they have their circumstance, they have their situations, and they know better what they need to do. But just to let you know, I tried to convince them that it's too early to come back, and that people, when they are uh going sometimes to there's a point of no return, when there is a fight, like we say in Ukrainian, not for life, but for death. And so I record the conversation, like a short voicemail from my sister. I was just begging her to not come back especially, that we have children and stuff like that, and so on, and I do understand that it's very difficult to be somewhere for 3 months that's not your home, especially when you have little ones, and in our case newborns basically, and it's there are many people with tiny small children. It's just a bloody mess. But anyway, so it's I just don't trust or don't believe in good intentions of certain tyrants that rule this world. And I know, and many people actually have been coming back to Kiev. I'm sorry, guys, my face. I have some kind of allergy, so I apologize. I don't know what it is. But so many people actually have been. I think like thousands and thousands of people have been returning to Kiev, and really prematurely, as we definitely have a proof today that very much prematurely. And I'm just like, I was so looking forward to this Sunday. I was just so looking forward to, decompress. I don't use a lot of social media on the weekend, especially on Sunday. And it just, you just hoping for the minimum peace, for the minimum of just peace of mind, and then it just hits you, like I don't know if I'll be able to sleep this evening, because it just, oh my god, you just wake up and it's just a total nightmare. Something got into my eye. I don't know what it is, but anyway, so I saw the pictures. Actually, so Kiev has two banks. The city I'm from has two banks, right? And so I saw the massive explosions on the left bank, and this is over our houses, and I saw all that real heavy black smoke and all of it, and it's just like, oh god. It's not just depressing, it's shocking, because you think you don't know what you're going to see. You don't know what kind of news you're going to hear. You don't know who is going to get hurt. You don't know if your house is going to be there. And so anyway, it's just really too bad that so many people had returned way too prematurely, way too early. It's really difficult to get fuel to get out, and I'm just really praying that my family and friends will just have the courage and have the decisiveness to leave. They feel like they don't want to leave. It's their city. They want the invaders to leave, which I understand. But when you have children, when you know that you may or may not be able to protect them, I don't know, I just think, when it comes to protection of children, protection of innocent, protection of older people, I don't think there is any place for humor or playfulness, or I think there is, I don't know, I have this I like having fun and make jokes, but when it comes to children, like, I just have zero sense of humor. I don't know what it is, but well, I do know what it is. It's a sense of protection, of those who cannot obviously protect themselves. So, long story short, it was just like, oh, just like punch in the gut today. I know for many people, and I was just thinking about this. Sometimes I feel, that you just have those moments when you feel like nothing makes sense anymore. The entire planet is watching this, and I want to share with you some things that you may or may not understand. I mean, you really have to know, you almost have to be born there to understand this. So those Russians who um, romanticize the war and support this, you would not believe, but half of my friends here in United States, I'm just like, I'm really glad that I'm an introvert, so I don't do not spend too much time, on parties and other nonsense, because it's really painful to see that you may have spent hours and days and months and years with people who are not very considerate, and for who some false sense of pride justifies this genocide against Ukrainian people. Like, I don't use a lot of social media, especially Facebook, but once in a while you get notification from your friends, and you just see some people who live here in the United States, and they post like all the Soviet nonsense, and say like, I saw some posts like, yeah, you know, we are so proud, our our deed is righteousness and we are doing the right thing and we're gonna defeat the enemy. And that was a post from one of my friends that I respected back in time. And I was just like, I saw this today and I was like, breathe, breathe deeply. Inhale, exhale, inhale, because I don't want to go into battles, you know, don't spend any of your energy to trying to prove anything to anybody, because you can spend that energy doing something productive, you know. So it took a lot for me to not respond, you know, somebody especially that I know. But why I'm bringing this up, you know, a lot of there was for probably for decades and decades and decades, there is this idea of, you know, romanticized war. And I could probably do a special video, you know, with some pictures just to show you how it looks like. But I have to admit that myself personally, I grew up in a romanticized war idea. Um, when I remember, you know, we had there was World War II. It was on the territory. It happened on the territory of Soviet Union, and so our great and our grandfathers and our great grandfathers and so on were in that war. So they are turning in their grave uh, right now with the event of us killing each other rather than uniting and standing against the Nazi. But you know, back in time, um, there was such an extreme, because in Soviet Union they really didn't have anything else rather than spirit of the people, and that was a righteous thing to stand against the Nazi, you know, against the you know, fascist Germany. And people kind of, we have this brain like programming idea about you know, the greatness of the war, the beauty of the war, you know, this tall handsome man, you know, with a very chiseled jaw and, you know, very particular, you know, facial features and some muscle. Like I remember those images, you know, it's like almost you know, they would have this like warrior look, you know. And I remember being so, I remember feeling almost like electricity through my body when I would see those images, because they had so much hero, you know, they were such heroes, you know. So what they call here, you know, what they may call here toxic masculinity, but that was actually real masculinity. It was so extremely powerful. And when you are at a young age, when you're in school, you're so impressionable. So I'm myself can attest to that extreme brainwash that, you know, war is romance, you know, war is power, you know, war is this is our pride, this is our you know, our righteousness, you know, we are heroes. And you know, this real high sense of patriotism that's kind of borderlines with I think, I don't know if this in English it calls chauvinism, but I don't know if there is a in Russian there is a word chauvinism, which is like, you know, like Russians overall. And I remember that sense of pride from our grandparents. And with Russian army being with Soviet army being almost naked in that war, you know, nobody was prepared. People literally sometimes had to just go barefoot in certain battles. It was a big mess. So they were really praising the spirit, the strength, you know, mind over matter, right? So what can I tell you? They raised back in time it was Soviet Union, but then it was just Russia and other countries. They basically raised multiple generations of people who would deeply romanticize the war, like seeing it as, you know, is this again this noble power, you know. Like I see it, I can see the vividly the facial feature of a man of men, no, men, maybe several men, you know, that were romanticized as actors. You know, actually, those actors never have been in the war. They never starved. They never get those scars and wounds. But they produce so many war movies. You know, again with this very I would say, you know, the man that comes in the room and makes a statement just with his appearance. And so I remember all those actors and how much they went into our minds that war is probably even something beautiful. Like it's something to be aspired to. It's, you know, your true hero. And I've kind of I think that that got so deep into people's minds that they sometimes don't question it, and sometimes that's the only thing that they have. It's like the spirit of greatness, and I told you before that, you know, Russia always had the superiority complex over Ukraine, due to the size of the country. And but it's really kind of ridiculous because back in Soviet time we were all messed up. It didn't It's kind of like states. It doesn't matter what state you live in, it's one country. So but nevertheless it's still, when I was growing up, I always felt it's, when I would travel or do something, you know, this kind of extreme pride and superiority complex, you know, that, you know, we are the best and nobody can compare to us, and, you know, we are the greatest. But the truth and ugliness of the war, nobody can, it's impossible to camouflage, you know. When I was in high school and also college, we did a lot of studying, and there were so many atrocious, horrifying things that we would learn. Um, just like recent events in the Ukrainian suburbs, you know, seeing the horrific atrocities and things left, that have been left after the invasion. You know, we learned that, you know, Russian soldiers were involved in some, I don't want to say these words here, but in some horrific things as well. And it was just all covered up. Oh, this is war, you know, Nazi did this, you know. So it's never beautiful. That's, you know, this current events really let you realize that war is never beautiful. It's never glorious. It's never mm, the way they try to present it. I have to say again that, you know, we all believe that, you know, that extreme sense of pride, you know, or, you know, we are part of Soviet Union and our grandfathers fought. But, you know, my own grandfather he never want to talk about it. He was in Red Army, and he was he made a very high rank. He was a colonel in the end, and he was injured twice. He was in tanks, and he was in one of the major battle in Kursk. If you think that he was talking about it or showing off he has like whole case of medals and achievements, there was a reason why he never wanted to talk about it, and I understand now why. So it's easy to say and paint it in this romantic, you know, colors, you know, with pride and glory. But it's not glorious to see people bleeding and people, you know, losing their limbs, and children seeing their parents being shot, and people, and, you know, and everything else. I don't want to say all these other words, but all the other violence and everything that's going on. It's never beautiful, it's never pretty. And I'm just having this harsh awakening of how much we were lied to. And I also realized that all these years, the Russian government was prepping the minds of people. I remember they start to have this major May 9th demonstrations, you know, and I was kind of proud of it too, because, you know, we were one country and so on and so forth, and they would start to have this massive demonstrations. You know, it's really like, if you have any patriotism, you would feel like, it's almost like a drug watching it. Also understand that you have connection to it. But they start to have this science that say можем повторить, which means we can repeat this again. And I was just like, this is weird. Why would you repeat this again? Like repeat what again? Germany is no longer run by Nazis. So how in the world you are going to repeat this? How? Tell me how it can be possibly. So that was some of concern, and they actually used children in this, like I don't know, 7, 8, 9, 10-year-old children, kind of using the toy version of military equipment, and it would say можем повторить. We'll repeat this again. Like we can repeat it if needed. So I thought that was really I was really suspicious about that. It was really I knew it wasn't right. I just like who wants more death, more blood, and more destruction. But in this current circumstance, the only thing that those Russian people have that support Putin and his regime, the only thing they have is a pride and delusion of the glory and beauty of the war and beauty of Russian nation and beauty of all kinds of bullshit. So yeah, it's a mental disease, and I'm like, wow, I'm just gonna be really light on friends over here because I'm looking at I don't know, maybe somebody can do it. I cannot be friends who wish death to my nation. I don't know. Maybe I am overly emotional, but I don't think so. I don't think that I'm gonna be friends and handing shakes and sharing some drinks. I want to say go to hell and never call me again. If you're going to post like stuff like death to the enemy, I'm like, enemy of what? They're just people that living their life, over living their life, not bothering anybody, minding their business. Oh my God, it's so hard sometimes to control yourself, especially when you see justification. I don't care what complex conflicts Russia and Ukraine have over the territories, over the language. I can probably write a essay on that because when you grew up when you grew up over there, it's impossible for me to explain you our conflicts into depth because it's just too complicated and too long and not needed. But I can recital all the conflicts through back and forth, but nothing can justify this genocide and this extreme measures to destroy the country, to destroy, to ruin the infrastructure, try to just completely demolish certain parts of the country, and millions of destinies of people, families that are falling apart, children who are crying at the border because the family has to say, there is no LGBTQ nonsense over there. Nobody cares if you feel like a woman today. If you are a guy, if you wear pants, you have to stay and protect. So families need to tear each other's heart apart, and women are trying, a lot of mothers are trying to escape with their children, but it's so extremely painful to escape and leave somebody you love, and knows that your children may never see their father again. I mean, it's such a tragedy. It's such an extreme tragedy, and I'm just not going to listen to some kind of justifications that, well, maybe he's doing so. Man, I'm just like, oh my God, I feel, the moment when you feel your blood is boiling and you're ready to make that explanation real short. Like you just feel that, okay, if you're gonna step there, you're gonna receive everything that comes with it. So it's just the ignorance of it is really demoralizing, and you definitely understand that these people are not willing to put themselves in the shoes of those who have families there, who have people there, right? Like how can you allow yourself for those words to come out of your mouth? Because it's not that far from you. I just want to say that um, Russia, Ukraine, Belarus, and many other countries, even like Czech Republic, Estonia, we all mix together many, many times. So a lot of people in Russia have either close friends or family in Ukraine. So it's like, how can the words can come out of your mouth that let's defeat the enemy? It's just I'm it's just it has been such an incredible brainwash. I was also, I have some relatives on the Russian side. I just had to tell them to go to hell today. They're like, yeah, but they I'm like, go to hell. So you bullshit, or if you don't believe it, take a train and come visit. Why don't you? Oh my goodness, I'm just, it's just so painful. Because if the table turn and the bombs start to falling on their homes, they will change their tune real quick. They will change their tune so quick. And I'm just looking at this, and it just was, such a painful Sunday today. There is this beautiful celebration in Britain. This I watched some of it. This gorgeous, it was yesterday. I think I watched some this morning. It was just this beautiful carriage and all this beauty going on. And like, on the other hand, you realize, oh my God, my country, people in my country are getting slaughtered. Meanwhile, not so much. So there are some rockets, it's in English, it's missile attacks in Kiev, but the south and the east of the country, it's burning hell right now. And so it's just like, sometimes I just, it's just becoming really unbearable. And it's really interesting. We all see things in different lights, in a different light, but some of us can actually visualize and see. It's gonna sound really weird, but when I think about it, I actually can feel and see people's faces. Like, I can I cannot say that it's different, of course, when you are there, but some people feel more like abstract. Maybe because when you live there, you know how people look like, what they think, what they do, their mentality. You literally, every grandma is like your grandma, right? Um, you just feel, you understand, and you can literally feel their pain. It's just like, how it can be happening in front of everyone. I don't know. We are so used to comfort. We don't eat for a couple hours, so it's cold or it's hot, and we're like, oh, poor us. Or we're trying to check out at the store, and sometimes the credit card is not working fast enough. We're like, oh, that's annoying. But then you think about some mothers sitting somewhere in the basement and not being able to feed their child and watching their child die. And this is for glory of who? It's just, like, thank God I'm an introvert. I can really live without extra, uh, you know, without extra uh, time wasters in my life. Like, seriously, I'm so glad I've always avoided too many. Some gatherings I went, but too many gatherings. My father always told me it's a waste of time. God bless him for teaching me stuff, because I would be, if I would spend hours upon hours and days with these people that now support all this, I don't know. Probably would feel like you really wasted your life. I'm glad I spent my time wisely and always stayed kind of intuitively away. So some of my friends who are actually very outgoing and very extroverted told me that, man, they have to like basically rebuild their life from the ground, because a lot of people, uh, it's a polarizing thing, but it also tells you a lot about who you are with. That you may have been sharing your bread and water with the people who almost wish you death, literally. So yeah, viva introverts. We are smarter. I mean, I think the introverts in general, you know, has a wisdom that kind of looks boring to most, but there is something in it. I'm just saying, it's like a side note. I'm losing my mind, so thank you for witnessing it with patience, and thank you so much for the super chat. Let me thank you for the support, guys. Thank you for joining. I could be talking about something else today, but I'm just in so much I'm so much in so much pain for the people that have to endure this and have to that have not deserved this in any size, shape, or form. And I just realized sometimes you don't even know it, but you're surrounded by enemies. So it's so important to always listen to your inner voice, and follow it. Not just listen, but follow it. I don't know. Thank you so much, guys, for the support. K May, I don't know if you're still here. Thank you so much, darling. Thank you so much for the super chat. And thank you for donation to my campaign. By the way, I have my latest campaign. It has a very precise goal. We are helping Valeria, who is in Kharkiv, and things in Kharkiv are getting, if in Kiev there is no Russian army inside. In Kharkiv we were, you know, I'm trying to support and encourage my new friend Valeria, and we were going to talk tomorrow, and then she texts me and she says, you know, we can actually talk because due to heavy shelling, our conference had ended. So yeah, if you're available, we can talk. So yeah, my latest campaign is every. I think that most of it, I don't care if it's. I think it's over. It's just a couple. I don't know. Maybe it's $500-600 in there right now. I have not been even promoting it. It was very very busy. But if anybody wants to support or donate, this money is just gonna go to Kharkiv, to my extremely brave friend Valeria. So thank you so much to those of you who have been supporting during this time. I'm honestly running out of ideas. I don't know what to do, but I really I'm really lost sometimes. I feel like sometimes, you know, it feels really dark, but they don't stop, and I we are finding ways to keep going and to keep helping. Thank you so much, Bill. Thanks so much for the super chat as well. It's good to know that the wicked shall perish. Well, can they perish a little faster before they kill everybody else? That's my request. Thank you so much for the super chat. You know, every day, every moment, every second, you know, brings more pain. And the most devastating thing is that world is becoming so adapt to it. People bored. People don't want to hear about it. You know, everybody wants to live their life. You know, including all of us. And I think it is important to live in love and enjoy and do things. But the issue is that things are actually not getting better. They are truly getting worse. Things are getting worse because it's always the heaviest, the how to say this, the more uh the more the most bloody, the bloodiest battles are in toward the end of it. I don't know when the end is, but when it comes to the end, you know, we have this phrase again, not for life but for death, is that when people they just go all in, and whatever happens happens, and they don't care, and they're just ready. So the bloodiest battles are usually right before the end of it. So things are getting worse, and people are getting sick of it. And I mean, I get it. They don't want to hear about it. They mind in their business. And it truly is devastating. And I just really hope that the majority people can leave, and those who stay, that they find some kind of shelter, some kind of way to make it through. So, you know, every minute, not just every day, but every minute is crucial of that, because you don't know what will happen and when. It's just really. But anyhow, thank you, Just a second. Let's see. Gosh, I just was so happy not to talk about it for a while. I don't know. Let me read some of your comments, guys. Thank you for listening to my rant. But it's just really incredible that people that who's supposed to be the brotherly nation and all of that nonsense, all of that nonsense of, yeah, we would never hurt you, we would never do this. How can you think this? Oh no, we don't want to overpower you. People who's supposed to be on your side, who you are connected with genetically through thousands of years, uh find the audacity, have the audacity to say that, oh yeah, uh we're gonna defeat, we're gonna win over the enemy, we our I really, I almost want, I wish I would have the power to call to, some kind, like be like a real Karen, and like source it post and click it and send it to like FBI or something, like, hey, this guy is so missing, he put all the like Soviet symbols on there and saying, how, Russia will destroy the enemies in Ukraine. I'm like, why don't you come back to Russia? Like, it's so good. Like, you really miss it. So why don't we give you a little bit of help? I really think that people should be deported for this. It's the same. If somebody, Nazi symbolic is not allowed, you can just walk around in Nazi uniform. That should be the same. People should not be allowed to pose this kind of stuff. I'm not saying that everybody should be on one side or do this, but this is, as he posed this, there are families that disappear from the face of earth. There are gallons of pain and blood and despair and heartache. How can you post this? I don't care what you think and how you justify it. Just think about that. And you know that half of your friends are coming from that country. What the hell is wrong with you? Oh my gosh, seriously, I felt like, Karen was awakening inside of me. Honestly, if I would know who to call, I would do that. But, he's an American citizen. Like, it's the same like, if I wanted to write him, if your mother was in that city, would you write the same? These people have nothing to do with it. It has nothing to do with the people. So I'm just looking at the hypocrisy of it. When you live, yes, we don't have the best president right now. We don't have the best representative of our country. Let's be real. People really screwed up here, and our society is going to hell in a handbasket here in the United States. We have LGBTQ, we have all kinds of nonsense going on right now. We're focusing on the things that are lacking all levels of common sense. But still, when you live in a country that offers you freedom, that you can, make living, you can be protected, and you write, the praise for the communist regime and for tyranny and for death and for torture, should you really be able to reap the fruits of it and support the opposite? It really doesn't sound right to me. And honestly, I just, oh, I'm just speechless. I just didn't feel like I want to spend my energy on this, but um I've heard that in some European countries they actually do not. They actually, I think it was in Germany. There was big Russian protest. Uh, it was protest against those people who were supporting. No, people in Germany who were supporting Russia went on a protest, and I've heard that those that they could track, they deported them back to Russia. I don't know 100% if that's true, but that's what I've heard from people. I'm like, yeah, if you love it so much, if you support it so much, why don't you go there? Oh Lord. Let me read some of your comments, guys. If you're still here, I know it's late. It's late, and I just, I'm just contemplating life right now. Uh, but I want to thank again. Thank you so much. Thank you, Bill, for your support and idea. I do hope that they will perish as soon as possible. And thanks so much. Thank you guys so much. If you could you drop my link just in case if somebody on the chat would like to support and help our brave heart woman Valeria, and I actually have been support doing everything that I can from my side to stay in touch and knowing what's going on, but it's becoming too difficult. I'm really encouraging her to leave at this point, honestly. She doesn't need to give her life for this. I'm really trying to use all kinds of tactics to get her out of there because she've already contributed more than enough. Now it's time to save her life. So if anybody, I will post a link under this video. If anybody wants to support her mission, you can do so with my donation link. I do. She actually recorded a couple of short videos for me from her day, from things that kind of things that she does in a day. Um, Hopefully, we can put that together so you can see. Thank you. Hey, Northern USA, good to see you. We live in dark times. Praying for Ukraine and better times. Yes, man. Things that going on in the United States are also beyond insanity. This country is starting to lose common sense with the speed of light. It's devastating, but at least we don't have bombs falling on us. Hopefully we won't. Eric, good to see you. Eric says, unfortunately, you're speaking the truth. I'm not sure exactly what you were talking about, but thank you. I'm glad to have some like-minded people. Hey, John F., good to see you. Yes, always darkest before the dawn. Another way to say it. Yes, yes, yes. That's what I wanted to say. My brain is just on vacation today. I don't know. I feel like I literally feel sometimes, this that it's over. Oh my goodness. Hopefully it will get better. But yes, that's exactly what I wanted to say. That the darkest time is right before the dawn. Thank you, John. And good to see you. Thank you so much for hopping on. I'm trying, I really want to get back to the videos and making something that would be helpful. But I honestly don't know what that is at the moment. I was talking about our leader in this country being trash and how the country going downhill. Oh my God. On about second or third day of the war, I saw it so clear. If this country was honest and didn't make mail-in voting and all that nonsense that all people with common sense know, that delusional men who sit in the basement and never come out, never ask questions, who literally has dementia, probably couldn't have a chance to be the most popular president of all. If anybody believe this, I feel sorry for you if you do. But those people, I'm just gonna say this, those people who cast their vote for a person who is absolutely corrupt to their bone, have never done a good deed in his entire history of 47 years, lost his mind long time ago, can't speak a clear sentence. But those people who decided to make all this scheme, all this, we all know what happened. They really carry responsibility for the demolishing of the country of Ukraine. As I said, they all now, oh, Ukraine, Ukraine. Yes, well, there would be no war in Ukraine if you stood for what's right. If you would actually think before you committed this crime, supporting somebody who is, first of all, it doesn't matter if we like him or not. He is incapable to begin with. He needs to be in a nursing home. Stop this nonsense. You knew perfectly that this person cannot represent Ukraine on a world arena. And Putin saw that. He's not an idiot. He's like, oh my gosh, that's my time to thrive. Look at this idiot. Like, he can't do anything. You know, I think when he saw the Afghanistan, when he saw the way Biden handled Afghanistan, when he saw that, he probably thought to himself, yes, he's absolute, you know, he's absolute fool, and this is my time to shine. This is a chance I'll never have again. And so, you know, he just saw it clear as day that he needs to go in and he needs to go now. And that's what he basically done. Oh my gosh. This is just like, he couldn't find, you know, you have to say that Putin, like, this piece of, he couldn't find a better moment in history than now to do that. And he planned to do this for decades. And he saw somebody who's absolutely incompetent, delusional, as I said, needs to be in nursing care. I actually, my heart was aching for those people in Afghanistan. The way he done it, I swear to God, one middle schooler I know would done it better. He really, like we say in Ukraine, he really pulled it from the ass. He really, like, oh my God, even the person that doesn't have military strategy education can say he did it backwards. He really did such a mess. He put people in such danger. He betrayed his own people. He betrayed his allies. He left billions of dollars of equipment to radical Islamists. So now those people are sitting there in Afghanistan and thinking, okay, while these stupid Christians are fighting between each other, here we are. Now we have a whole country to unite all the Islamic terrorists, all the Islamic extremists, while these idiots can't figure this out. So don't think that while all this is happening, they over there sitting and learning how to use that equipment, probably hiring some engineers, because they are, like, you know, like when you knock on the wood, it means like empty brains. They're not people that, you know, have any kind of real education in Afghanistan, but they have some money, they can hire people. So while Christians and, you know, this stupid white people, so to speak, not only, but I mean, you know what I mean. while these people can't figure this out, they are raising their strengths and they are laughing at us. They're laughing at America. They're laughing at Russia and Ukraine. They are planning their thing. Just a side note, everybody forgot about the extreme Islamists and their idea of take over the world. So they are waiting till we take each other out. When they have now entire country, entire place of Afghanistan to concentrate their forces there to take down, you know, whatever will remain of us. I'm just saying. Oh my God. Oh. So anyhow, so when, you know, when the Russian tyrant saw this, when he saw that this level of incompetency, he knew that he won a lottery, that there will never be a better time in history to do something that he planned forever. I need to start drinking, I think. Maybe it will help me. Oh my gosh, let me read some of your comments, guys. But I feel better having having some of you. Hey John, good to see you, my dear friend. How are you? By the way, did I miss an email from you? I apologize if I did. My brain have been you know, not in the best place. So if you need to talk to me, please reach out to me. I'm always glad to connect with you. And I'm so happy that you got your lady from Ukraine. You know, that you achieved certain things. I'm so happy for you. I don't know if you're still here, but thank you so much. So good to see you. And John is saying, hello, Veronica. I appreciate your work. I'll just say, if NATO does not step in and stop Russia in Ukraine, they can, then they can welcome him into fight in Europe, unfortunately. Yeah, man. The thing is, now it's really like we are literally on the verge, like literally on the verge of everything being blown. You know, and I was just thinking today about, you know, I saw those explosions, I saw what's going on in Kiev, and you know, on the east and south, it's a total hell. And I was thinking, like, those people who come and do it, you know, when you fly, you have this, like military airplane, don't know the proper name, and you see a beautiful city, you see a beautiful infrastructure, you see people walking, you see children, and you just come and you drop those, you know, you drop those missiles or whatever, bombing or tanks. You How, like, what must be inside of you? Like, how can you live with your own self? How? Somebody just wrote to me, oh, Veronica, you know, the Russian tyrant don't just destroy Ukrainian people, he destroyed Russians. Well, Russians do not have to agree doing this. They can say, yes, we're gonna do it, and they can come to Ukraine and not do it. They actually, there are some people that refuse to fight. Because when they see just normal, everyday people, some of these Russian soldiers, they are absolute slaves. I don't feel sorry for anybody who don't have enough of brain power to realize, oh wow, these are just civilians. These are just buildings. These are just people. What the hell I'm doing? I am more than just a slave. I'm not gonna go and demolish and burn and do this. It took centuries to build this, and these are people. They are someone's wife, someone's child, someone's sister, someone's husband. How can I do that? Like, I'm just thinking, like, when I think about city of Kharkiv and its beauty and its glory, and I have friends and some extended family there. It just was such a gorgeous, beautiful city. You know, people were building their lives, their dreams, their businesses. We have so many creative people. Things were really start to look up for Ukraine. What how can you come, like, how does it feel to come and demolish? How do you live with yourselves the next day? How do you wake up? How do you look in the mirror when you know you just ruined, you just committed the sins that you can never wash it off, not even with your blood. It's gonna go generations back. I'm just trying to imagine, what do you need to have inside of you to justify and to be able to do it with your own hands. Like, you saw the city, you saw the love and effort people put to build it, to keep it beautiful. They had dreams, they had aspirations. You know, so many businesses have been born in the last 20, 25, 30 years. Like, what do you dream about? Do you have dreams? Like, do you have anything inside of you? I'm just like, I could never imagine that. And it's just, like, what do you dream about when you come to a thriving place and you leave it in shambles? Is that what you dream about? Like, is that your vision of peace? I don't know. I mean, seriously, I just think that something needs to change in our world. You know, sometimes you feel like you want to go to some island and just like switch off everything. Just to not know. Just to not know. Yeah, it's definitely evil. Hi, John. Yes, okay. I'm gonna read some of your comments, guys. Thank you so much for sticking with me for a bit. I wish I would could be like more professional, but I just can't tell. I don't know what else to say except that I'll have a lot more time, doing videos, because like my circle went from this to this. I seriously have no regrets. Um, Let me read some more. I mentioned this to you 3 years ago about his plans. Yes, you did. And hold everything is to Dnipro River, and nobody did anything. Yeah, yes, I remember we talked about it. Honestly, John, we did not believe in this. We were so brainwashed that it's our brother nation that we didn't believe in it. So, uh, oh. Yes, I would love to connect with you. No, I'm so glad for your achievements. I'm so glad. Oh my gosh, how timely. How timely. I know that you want to achieve more and you're working on more things, but I'm so glad for you and your lady. Oh my gosh. I hope things are going well, and please don't be shy. Connect with me to my Consult Veronica email if you can, and maybe we could talk sometime. Um, Even if it's just 10 minutes or 15 minutes, I'm just so glad for you that you were able to achieve something that you needed to achieve. um let's see. Hi Stan. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I don't know, guys, I'm actually been really experiencing kind of like this um existential crisis, trying to understand, the things I'm most passionate about. They're not connecting with talking about this war. And I really love, giving the insights, and I get some letters from people that missing my videos and all these beautiful things. But hopefully I will be able to do this again. I don't know, maybe I should open another channel and just, I don't know. Any ideas are welcome. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, John F. Thank you so much for your donation to our campaign for Valeria. Thank you so much for your extremely generous support. Thank you. It just popped on my screen. Thank you. I will thank you also personally, but you're amazing. Thank you so much for doing that. This lady, this is the kind of lady. This I need to make a video. The kind of lady you meet to marry, and I pretty much just gonna copy Valeria. It's gonna be a real easy video to make because I can just copy Valeria and her traits, and you need to put that in the search, because I've honestly I can't start to describe her. And the most amazing thing is that if she would hear me talking about her, she would kind of feel that I made this up, and she would never accept. But this is the reality. Somebody who would risk her own life, her own future, just to make sure that this grandma and this grandpa and these children will get the bread and their medication. And oh my gosh, she's one of the most beautiful people I have ever met in my entire life. Yeah, so this is the kind of wife you need to look for, not these fake women on dating websites that is probably now turned into a complete scam. So that's also maybe something to consider that we could talk about. But regardless, thank you, John F. I know you hiding your last name, but thank you so much for supporting our beautiful friend. Yeah, she's indescribable. My language skills are, I mean, seriously. But the most amazing thing about it, even somebody doing something like outstanding, and they do it so in such a humble way, as if kind of like brushing your teeth, you know, it's just like, oh, it's just nothing. It's just really, really amazing. She deserves every help that she can get. Yeah, it really is, you know. I made the mistake of trying to say that when she was around because you know, I told you guys one of the signs of a genuine lady, she can never like she she's not comfortable with all these facts. Those are facts. They're not even compliments. Those are facts. But we start to become like real friends, even though we're distant. I just can't help but try to support her. And thank you so much for supporting, guys. Also, thank you for the. I got some cash apps, I think, on Friday. Thank you so much. All of it, every dollar is going to help because we are doing okay here. I don't care about gas prices. We are fine. So, anyway, thank you so much for your support. Uh, Paul Archibald, my prayers outwards. Thank you for the people of Ukraine. Thank you. Yes, Eric, she is extraordinary. I don't know. I need to work on my English vocabulary. Something about Tartars genocide. I'm gonna look at that. Oh yeah, I see. Yeah, with Crimea, yes, there was. I do know the history of Crimea. Yes, back then it didn't matter when they changed the Crimea. Yes, it's part of the history. Yes. Oi, gosh, I almost blocked somebody by accident. God. Okay, let me read. I really want to read some of your comments. Hey, Greg, good to see you. Thank you. Thank you so much for the kind words. Um, yes, Crimea was Russian before 1950s when Khrushchev connected to Ukraine. It didn't matter back then. And Russia was trying to get Crimea back ever since I remember myself, but they could never do it. So they used this situation to get it back. Oh, John, thank you. Thank you so much for the kind words. Oh my God. I'm gonna try to John, I wasn't busy. I was just losing my mind. So please forgive me for not getting back to you. If you guys trying to connect with me and I'm not responding, just understand that I'm not doing it purposely. Just resend it again if it's something important. Please forgive me because um I just been overwhelmed a little bit. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, James Log. I appreciate you. Thank you. It was clear that he has dementia before he was elected. Yeah, he has dementia, but he's also a rotten person. He've never bring anything valuable. He never did or said anything smart. He has literally no good deeds. And his son is embarrassment to entire world, you know? I mean, do you know any person that is more embarrassing than Hunter Biden? The person who abuses women, the person who is heavily on drugs, that is involved in money laundering scandal together. It's just like they have zero morals, not like complete zero, complete. Uh, Bill, could you drop again our donation link, please, if you can? But I will post it under the video as well. Thank you so much, guys, for asking and for supporting. I really appreciate it. Oh my gosh, I'm having some kind of awful allergy because of this. Thank you. Thank you so much for asking. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Um, thank you, Stan. Thank you so much for the support. I know you have a lot on your mind, Veronica, so I want to wish your family in Ukraine peace and safety. I wish my family in Ukraine get the hell out of there. I'm just being honest with you. I think I'm gonna have gray hair before I'll convince them to leave. It's really incredible, guys. I'm learning something so interesting. So people would rather stay when it's scary, dangerous, unpredictable, but it's at their play, like, but it's their place, rather than going to unknown, like, and it's scary, unpredictable, but it's familiar, rather than going to something unfamiliar, but which is a lot more safe. Like, and it comes with no judgment or no like superiority complex or anything. It's not that. It's just interesting. I have been observing. We all look at life through our own lens, right? We all look at life through our own perception. So by no means I'm saying that people who live there are superior, but what I'm saying is I've noticed that familiarity gives that full sense of stability and of protection when that place is obviously extremely unsafe, and going somewhere unknown could could not possibly be worse than staying knowingly in a hot war zone, which is can blow up any it literally can blow up anywhere. There is not a single um, centimeter of land in Ukraine that you can call, oh, this is a safe area. It does not exist right now. So I'm just, when you talk to somebody, you don't want to be overwhelming. You don't want to tell them or point. You have to remember that people have their own beliefs. They feel comfortable for whatever reason. But I was just remembering today the conversation that I told to my sisters that I kind of felt that it was a quiet hour before the dawn, but also that probably the hardest and the bloodiest battles unfortunately I had, and that for the children, that idea that you may or may not be able to protect your child. I think this is worse than death. This is worse than, like, any mother would rather pass out, die, uh, in any kind of ways than seeing her child being hurt or not being able to help your child. Like, this is what hell on earth is for any mother, any father, any parent, to see their child suffer and not be able to help them. Like, this is what hell is, if you ask me. So I don't know. Maybe it's just a different lifestyle. I think maybe when you take certain risks and certain decisions, you don't wait for perfect circumstance. You kind of build immunity to fear of unknown. You are more likely to jump and not think about it. I don't know. But I do also understand that, people have their lives, they have their businesses, their estate, their so this comes without judgment, but just like an observation that for me there wouldn't be a question, and especially about her children. And I'm there, I'll be jumping on the first plane, because I don't know, there is something about the safety of your child that it's just stronger than anything else, any other reasons. But I think that some Ukrainian ladies, some mothers, they, because they have not visited this particular country, they don't know what kind of conditions are awaiting for them in another country. So maybe they're thinking that, since they don't have a place to live there, or they don't have a family that they know to accept them, maybe they think that they would put their child in danger just living to another country with a child, not having any financial possibility to support the child. I'm not quite sure, honestly. um what it is. But I just wish that every woman could live. Every woman with child or children can. I really wish so, because it's, I think it's easier for the men to fight and defend when they know that civilians and that civilians are left, that mothers and children are left. I think it kind of opens their hands to fight. I don't know if that makes sense, but I was thinking about, and I think you feel like you can do more, you can do more bold with your moves, you can maybe plan strategy of attack when you know, okay, these buildings are empty, these playgrounds are empty, this store is empty, so we can really make a battlefield here without worrying of accidentally harming some women and children. I mean, oh, it's just, it's just been such a tragedy for so many, and probably that connection to the place, and being able to almost imagine and feel their emotions, like I still feel sometimes that it's some kind of dream. It's like, seriously, I still feel that one day somebody will just say, hey, wake up, it's just a dream, it's not real. No, I cannot watch anything on purpose that is heartbreaking. I wouldn't be able to do, like, I'm actually have been trying to do the opposite. I have been really trying to um you know uh refuel and get a lot of positive and beautiful inspiring things so I can make it through the day. I do not on purpose watch, because when I see people's tears, I mean, I still see bits and pieces, but when I see that, when it haunts me forever. So purposely I'm not watching anything that is heartbreaking. Mm, that is okay. That is okay. I know you just wanted to share, to just share, but yeah, I'm trying to avoid it as much as I can. I wish I would be some kind of, this very, I don't know. I wish I would be have a lot thicker skin, but on the other hand, I don't know how thick your skin should be that you wouldn't feel this. Hi, Jim. Good to see you. Let me read some of your comments. I've been talking nonstop for ages. Um, thank you guys for support. Yes, all right. We'll connect later. We'll connect later, John. Thank you. Whew. Colin, thank you. I don't know if you're still here. Thank you so much for asking for to offer your support. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it very much. Joseph, thank you so much for the kind words. John says I have a thing. John F says I have a thing for even numbers. Valeria is a brave lady. Yes. I appreciate your sense of humor, John. But seriously, thank you for your extremely generous donations. You have been, your support have been just overwhelming. Thank you. Heartwarming, shall I say, instead. I feel like I need to uh, work on my vocabulary. Jim, what are you talking about? I had to stop watching because most video is presented as entertainment and it's offensive. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Just trying to look through some comments. I need to get my pencil, my Apple Pencil rather than just using my hand. Thank you guys for kind words. Oh yeah, I was laughing at John. John, you always know how to make me laugh. He says I have a thing for even numbers. Thank you. I will tell Valeria some that there is support from you to her directly. So I sent her a little bit of money. She's trying to connect her, uh, make sure that everything works. So it's gonna be sent shortly, within 2 or 3 days. Thank you so much for the kind words. I'm trying to get back to some other comments. Yeah. Jonathan Fransfors, I'm new here. What I've seen and heard is heartbreaking. Yes, it is. And welcome. It's so sad, a war between brothers. Yeah, it is very sad. I mean, any war is sad, even if you don't share your DNA. But when you share a DNA, it's like cannibalism of sorts. I don't know what it is. Thank you so much for everybody. So, what else? Oh my god, 77 minutes. Here we are. But to be honest, guys, it was so difficult to make videos. I felt like all of my energy just went to do all this behind the scenes work. It's amazing. I don't even know. It's like you don't really do that much. Why does it feel so taxing? I don't know. I don't know. Probably because it hurts. Yeah, me too, Jim. You and I both. We are waiting, and probably 95% of the world are waiting for that update. I don't think that 80% of Russia supports Putin. I don't think. I mean, I may be wrong. You may be. I don't know, but I think maybe about half, which is huge still. Which is huge. Yeah, it's very true. Emotional energy is just as exhausting as physical. Yes, like I would be in contact with people and doing things, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not working on my content. I'm not working on my relationship insights videos. I'm not working on my, you know, Ukrainian insights. I'm not doing anything. But then I'm like, um, not exactly because if you can even if any of us can help even one person that is trying to survive in the war, that is more important than try to than putting your camera on and try to appear smart. I just really I felt like some things, sometimes when you doing things and they give you true satisfaction, that today you supported somebody, you encouraged somebody, you just were there for somebody. It really gives you that inner satisfaction. You don't really need to get stamp of approval or validation. You just feel really warm and you feel like you didn't just waste this day. And I have several people that I've been in contact with, and um, just trying to help through them to others. And some of this you're going to see in a video that I have subscriber, very dedicated subscriber, Elizabeth. I'm going to send her all the short videos and snaps. She's volunteering to make like a little presentation for you guys so you can see what we've been working on. But I just really miss the, it's really, it's gonna sound weird or strange, but I really miss the ordinary. I really miss doing the regular video, answering regular questions, and just doing those things to improve communication, and doing uh, some interesting things that giving some insight from the woman's mind, making things a little bit better, if that makes any sense. um I really miss doing that work because mostly working with men, I love kind of like decoding in females, women's behavior, and knowing that uh, this particular couple understood each other better. It just always, it just really gave purpose, kind of a fuel to the things I've been doing on daily basis. And now it's been have been just focusing on helping people to survive, pretty much. The only fun I honestly have been having is doing the Instagram, just kind of doing the pretty things for my fur business. That just kind of, so when I'm making those reels and like fur shoots and glamorous pictures, I don't think about anything. So it's has been really fun. And then when I make my sales, uh I have couple people that benefit from it. So I guess we need to tie sense and purpose to everything we are doing during this time. It kind of really helps you to go through. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, James. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate it. I appreciate your donation or your super chat. Thank you. You're very kind. Thank you so much. Thank you for supporting my late night live stream. Really appreciating you. Yes, somebody is asking me, Joseph. Hi, Joseph. Uh, Yelishuk. Oh, you have a Ukrainian last name. Will you be helping any other women and their children live in the war zone? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. We are right now. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm having some kind of I think it's probably like nervous allergy, so it's pretty bad. Something going on with my skin during all this crazy stress, but I just can't not to touch it. It's probably just the reaction on all of this. Yeah, it's not normal, but yes, absolutely. We are actually helping women who either live in Ukraine, they trying to get on a bus, they trying to cross the border, just to kind of give them a little bit of cash so they know that they have something in their pocket, or those women that absolutely have to stay for some reason, but as you understand, everybody running out of money. So we help, and those women that we help, it's not a big amount of money, but it's enough for them to buy what they need to survive. So you can see their feedback, those women that we are helping. Not all of them, but some of them I agreed to record a short video, and some of them would name my channel or my name or something. So you just know that it's um, help, that it's direct help. So I don't really do a lot of organizations, but we just help directly. So the answer is yes. And what Valeria does, this money that we send into Valeria, they are not for her. Uh, she she asked me sometimes, like, can I use this for gas to my car? Can I use this to buy groceries? The money that I give her, she actually she comes and rescues people, and she taking care of their needs, because I can't send her, medicine or groceries or any other items. So I send her cash, and she always sends me all the receipts, even though I don't ask her to do it. But so basically, she goes places and she sees what is there needed to be done, and she does it. Um, just a second. How do we help them? Well, if you'd like to help, you can donate, you can do a super chat, you can do, I don't know if Bill is still there, if he can send the PayPal donation link. I have a PayPal donation link which Bill can post, or I can post it after the video. I also have a Cash App and a super chat. Either is good. Donation link is immediate and it's through PayPal. The super chat takes a bit of a cut, but it's also, I'm so sorry. I think my skin cannot take the stress. Thank you so much. Yes, I also have my personal PayPal. Just if you send it to my personal PayPal, just please write the purpose of that. Somebody could, because sometimes my donation PayPal link does not open. So somebody could drop my Cash App and my personal PayPal. It's nikaolsen@gmail.com, my email. But the donation link is right there. So either way, it's great. Thank you so much for asking and requesting. And also, guys, with the super chats, I received them in about 28 days, but I gladly use them to support the mission as well. You know, for us, for me, you know, for us who live in the US, for us, you know, a couple $100 is, it doesn't make that much of a difference. You know, I can live without restaurants. I can live without shopping. I mean, at this time, you know, it's like the the way the dollar goes in Ukraine is a lot different than it goes here in US. So when you have some extra source of income, and it's a kind of that kind of income, like, yeah, I think most people are realizing now. I have one of my subscribers telling me the same thing, that, you know, you don't notice certain things, that you don't care if you have them or not, but it may save someone's life on the other side of the planet. So oh God, I hope it will stop. I'm so sorry. Oh. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you for asking. All right, so let's see what's here. Yes, and just so you guys know, probably next weekend I will have the video. Just want you to see the people, the help. It's kind of insane to see that small items, just, you know, the everyday groceries and medications but they make a huge difference. They make a difference between life and death for people. So thank you. And my friend Elizabeth, I know she'll be catching up later to the live show. Thank you so much for offering to create a slideshow video so you guys can see where your help is going and who is helping. I think it's important to know that yeah, those photos make me cry as well. I still I still do not believe in this. It's I think it's just something that your brain cannot fully accept. Yeah, by the way, I talked to my some of you guys were asking like what's going on with me. I have a friend who is a dermatologist, and she told me that it's just sometimes, you know, you can have certain skin reactions on stress, so it's fine, everything is good. It's just sometimes your body just can't take it anymore. So please don't worry. I'm answering your questions, please. It's all good. You know, people in Ukraine would love to uh, exchange the problems, you know. John is saying, I've always round up on restaurant tips too. $100.98 bill. I have to live 2002 tip. It must be OCD. That is interesting. That is very interesting, John. I've never heard of such a thing. On the other hand, I do love particular numbers too. So we all have our little weird our little weird thing that we are doing. That is so interesting. My God, what's going on with me? I really wish that you know, I could have like less emotional reaction and less emotional conversation, but it's just really hard to do. Thank you so much. Thanks, Bill. Veronica, your team is with you. Keep going. Thank you. I really appreciate you guys. I've honestly kind of um started to really contemplate, you know, is it really is it really helpful? Should I continue doing this? It's just like, especially now when people's lives are on the line. So your support and your feedback really encourages me. So thank you so much. Even with this mess we have in the US, we have been blessed. I agree. You know, I don't know about you guys. I have been counting my blessings every hour of the day, I would say. Seriously. Like, yes, even this mess, massive mess that's going on, you know, we are still in a position of, in a position that is uncomparable to what people are going through. I totally agree with that. You know, like I started to have this like in the morning when I wake up and um you open the door and you know like in the morning, in the early morning, like 6 o'clock, you hear the birds are singing, you know, it's so beautiful. And here in Midwest, after the long winter, you know, we have all this, like I've been doing some gardening, you know, we have all this colors coming up and the birds are chirping. They can't get enough of the spring, summer. You know, I have never been into gardening, but it has been really calming my nerves. I'm like, you know, I'm loving this. I'm putting some beautiful things, you know, some roses, some hibiscus, some plants. Like it's really, I don't know, it's kind of like a meditation because I'm a really intense person. I don't always like to just sit, you know, doing beautiful things. It's just been really, really kind of like an amazing therapy. And so every morning when I wake up and I do like tea or coffee and I go on my porch and the birds are singing and it's like beautiful morning, don't know, my heart is overflowing with just like, you feel really humbled and you just overwhelmed with gratitude and you know that you know you are safe. I really wish that I can you know, I and we all could help more people to feel this way. But I think it's so important to wake up in the morning and just be so grateful that you and maybe your closest, your immediate family, whoever is with you is safe. Like just kind of like appreciating the peace, you know. um Valeria from Kharkiv, you know, she told me that, you know, we were living kind of had everything, you know. She's a beautiful young woman. She traveled, she had a business, she has a boyfriend. Like she said, you know, we were living but like without special gratitude. And she said, honestly, we didn't really appreciate what we had. She said that. And then she says, and now we have a perspective and we would do anything to return the times before. So I think, you know, sometimes when we don't overwhelm ourselves with too much noise, when you wake up in the morning, it's such an amazing time to just, you know, listen to the birds and look at, kind of feel that air on your skin and just be grateful that you are alive. and maybe you taking care of somebody and you helping somebody. It's just like it's such an amazing feeling, like simple appreciation of being healthy and alive and in peace. I've always liked peaceful things. I always love the birds chirping and the nature, but now it has whole different meaning. And I think that gratitude really sets you up for a better day. Don't get me on transgender and LGBTQ, please. Don't get me there. I actually want to make a video about it. You know, God have no hands but ours, right? No other hands but ours. And we are ready to help with this nonsense. We are going to come out of this much like we came out of depression years. Well, I don't think depression, I don't know, but I don't think depression years were as brutal. But I hope you're right. I would rather be poor in America than rich in some countries I have seen on the planet. I'm okay with living here with all its imperfections. True. I have to agree with that. The thing is, in America, people have kind of like a different standard for things, and you can actually have an amazing life if you plan your activities. You know, a lot of amazing things do not require a lot of money. You know, a lot of people in America do put they want to have higher and higher earnings and, you know, 6 7 whatever figures salaries, but the thing is you can have an amazing fulfilled life and have a lot less than that and still have amazing experiences in your life if you are creative enough and have the luxury of spending time with people that you love. So yes, I agree. You know, brands, yeah, we some of us like finer things and enjoying them so much, but it's the quality of time you spend. You know, you would be amazed when you ask your child like what is a favorite thing, uh and you sometimes spend all this money on some toys, on some, you know, some fancy things, and then your child tells you, you know, my favorite thing is when we sit in the evening and, you know, drinking tea together and just laugh uncontrollably about things that don't make sense, you know. So oh my gosh, I did laugh uncontrollable. Oh my god, no, I can't say it. Yes. So yeah, I mean you just you can really, you know, as long as you have roof over your head, you have food in your refrigerator, you have family to feed, like you can put effort and have an amazing time. You know, you can read together, you can do so many activities together. Like for example, I don't have TV. Like for me, like I don't know, I've never really understood the we connect, you know, that phrase, and then we were connecting near the TV. Like for me, that's like how can you connect near the TV? You something going on. It's um I call them screaming heads. You know, the news, the programs, the shows. I don't know why. I don't know why I call them screaming heads. And sometimes when I go to the gym, they have all these TVs, and I'm like, I would pay money for those TV. Like I don't need that going on. But I still don't understand the how you can connect with a loved one while watching screaming heads. I don't know. I think that it's much more fun to connect with each other directly than connect with each other through screaming heads. So oh my goodness, I think I don't know. I believe the TV gonna lose a lot of watchers, and I stopped watching TV since 2006, something like that. Don't miss it. Jim is saying, well, I stream you through my giant TV. Well, awesome. Well, man, you should tell me about it. We have something going on, but don't focus on that. Oh my god, yeah, you used to send me screenshots. Yes. Well, things could be less than perfect at the moment, but they're gonna get better. I don't mind. That's a fair use, Jim. I appreciate that. Thank you. I don't really encourage jokes when people are suffering and dying. Okay, I hope that's understandable. So, anyhow, guys, I'm planning to do some videos on the things that has been going on here as well. You know, with all this, oh my gosh, all this LGBTQ agenda, and like I really feel like in the United States we are glorifying mental illness. Like people are so surprised with the things that are coming out, things are happening, but like you creating this. I really wish that the government would leave the schools alone with all this LGBTQ nonsense agenda, all of this. All of this. Oh my god. I'm looking at the education system, and you know, I have to say I had a person that was telling me about the education system, and I was like, system like system, what do you, and I understand now that he was 100% correct. The education system in the United States, especially in public schools, really made to indoctrinate children and program them and groom them and do all kinds of awful things. So that's for another conversation, but seriously, if your child goes to public school, you need to make sure that in listen to none of what they say. You know, you come there to learn some English, learn some math, I don't know, algebra, geometry, few other things, and that's it. I absolutely cannot stand the grooming and all this LGBTQ nonsense. Oh my god, they just light me up on fire. It's almost like they're trying to make it as if this is something wonderful and beneficial. It's just I can't stand this hypocrisy. You know, when this happens and you have a child that have these issues, it's a tragedy for a family. Okay, this is not something to celebrate. It's a painful. Every parent that has any common sense understand this whole confusion, this whole gender thing, this the whole LGBTQ POC, whatever it is. When you have a child who has some kind of trauma, or um he has non you know, he's not he has a different orientation, every every parent know it's gonna be a life of pain. It's gonna be, it's a tragedy. It's not that you stop loving your child, but it's a fucking tragedy. I don't know how else to say it. It's nothing to be happy, celebrate, or glorify. You know your child going to have a very tough life. You know it's gonna hurt. So stop advertising them in children's face. To be honest, I don't even want, you should not even want your children know about all this stuff before they a certain age. You know, I'm just like, I think that United States system is starting to really rot from within. So we need to just spread this awareness. It's really, really important. It's a lie from the depths of hell. Yeah. I don't want these flags. What the hell you done with? I used to enjoy the rainbow. What the hell? Well, you teach children home first, but you have not a slightest clue what they're going through right now. You need to also teach your child to stand up and take none of this nonsense. Take none of this nonsense. You gotta tell your child that you stand for what you believe in, and if they decide to suspend you, screw them. You know, there are more schools. It's unbelievable the stuff that's going on. I don't really go for too much longer. It's gonna be another live stream, but good lord, I just sometimes, you know, I feel outraged. And probably a good idea to have couple backup schools, because they are they are their extreme liberalism knows no boundaries. They're just really out of touch of everything. Oh, it's really, you know, if you think about it, think about how creepy it is for you as adult. You know, imagine, you know, all this uh LGBTQ homosexual nonsense. Imagine how it is for a child. Try to even imagine that. Like, when you learn about actual sexual education as a child, it's weird. You're like, ew, you know. But imagine learning about that. That gives me like chills and like nausea. Imagine shock for a child. And this is wonderful. We're gonna support it. We're gonna have a moment of silence. Nobody is attacking this community. Everybody is worried about supporting them. My question is, what's this community ever done for anybody else except of playing a victim and underprivileged? Nobody cares. Nobody is oppressing you. Nobody is following you. Stop telling that this is okay for our children. Stop telling that this is even better than normal relationships. Just stop. It's a nightmare. Oh, I'm getting nosy as I'm speaking about it. Oh, I need some water. It's like nobody's doing anything to you, but stop grooming our children. Make sure the teacher's afraid of you. I'll tell you this, if I have anybody who has kids in school, like, have that reputation that the teacher terrifies when you approach. It really works. Don't let them abuse your child and emasculate if you have a boy. Don't let them. Abuse them first. Let them know that we are not here to play, and the funding they're getting from our taxes and from our government, if more people would start pulling the kids out of school, they're gonna see it. And I think there is a trend right now to to pull out kids of this nonsense. Always tell your child to stand up and speak for themselves, because when they grow up, when they will grow up, they will need that. It won't matter what happened in elementary or middle school or even high school. It will matter their attitudes. They won't let these people to overpower them with that nonsense. God. Ugh. You know, homeschooling would be good. I think homeschooling is good when you have a big family, and you know, maybe combining with other families. But the thing is, kids, they need to be in societies, they need to be doing things, they also need to overcome challenges, and they need to learn how to stand up for themselves. It's such a proud moment, you know, when your child, it's such a proud moment when your child says no to the liberal brainwashed teacher, and he stand up and does presentation, and the teacher is knocked out, and the whole class stands up and applaud, because somebody has the guts to stand up to nonsense, to stand up to these doctrines and victim mentality and classifying people by color and saying how we should have feel sorry for other people because they're different colors than us, because we won't support them so much that we think that they're lower than us. That's why we need to treat them like victims, you know, with all this CRT and other nonsense. Man, you know, maybe I'll do something for my Patreon or for my members, man. I have some stuff to share with you, some proud moments of knocking the hell out of these crazy liberals. It's such a proud moment when you allow your child to just face them, you know, like just face them face to face, and they just don't know what to say, because you knock all of their excuses one by one, and they just stand there disarmed, because all this victim all this victimhood they trying to attach to the children, you know, they trying to program, you just like knock it out everywhere. They're just really extremely ignorant, and don't let them belittle your children and believe that they are less, you know, because of their nationality, their descending and something else. Just let them know. Let them know. And another issue I think right now in schools is that a lot of teachers, they are really unsuccessful in their lives. They do not live the lives they want. They do not have the security they want financially. They literally, quite frankly, they couldn't find another job. I'm just saying. So they went to teaching. It doesn't make them qualified to be a role model for your child. So make sure that you let that be known. I mean, you know what I'm trying to say. It's so much more important than try to obey their rules. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. All right, I think getting fired up over here. The so-called poor in America have more net worth and assets like TV, cars, homes than third world countries around the world. What do we have to complain about? Yes, I totally agree with that. Absolutely. Yes. Yes, Colin. I cannot argue with that. Very true. My daughter got to meet Dick Cheney and thought he was the coolest guy around. Yeah, yes, I've heard about him, yes. The president of the United States is taking the food away from any school district that doesn't teach this. I know. Well, I'll tell you this. If you have school kids or grandkids of school age, give them real food to take to school. Like spend extra couple dollars and extra couple minutes and pack them real lunch. Seriously, because that what they have in there, I don't think you can even call it food. It's something rather. Don't know what it is. They are victim of the government. Yes, I know. It's sad to see. It's sad to see. But no matter what, make sure your child does not care. They really want to have people that will obey them. They want to raise this uh, kids without willpower that just bow down to them at all times and will listen to what they say. It's insane. It really do not give you any real perspective on anything. They just listen you how to sit there and obey authority. Not saying all teachers, not saying there aren't important skills, but they are such a slaves and they don't see themselves. Of course, once again, there are teachers that find a way to give kids hints, to give them some great insights. And I know a couple teachers that have their own business on the side, that love teaching, that's why they teach. So, I mean, of course, there are bright um, personalities here and there, but you have to be real creative to give kids an idea inside of this. Some teachers are incredible, like they find a way to kind of challenge things. They are risking losing their job, but they're still doing it. I knew a couple of teachers like that, so they're amazing. Okay, let me guys read a couple more comments. I forget tomorrow is Monday. Every day is a Monday. Yeah. Schools are nothing but indoctrination camps. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Just they don't have the right to try to undermine our children. Aren't you supposed, as I said, aren't you supposed to teach them some math, some chemistry, reading, writing? That's all you need to do. Let parents figure out the rest. Yeah, exactly. Frank saying the brainwashing going on now in America puts the Soviet Union to shame. Yes, very much so. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you, Jim. Yes. There is a whole bunch going on with immigration and all of that. Very true. Basically, if you break the law, you get rewarded. I hear you on that one. Yeah. Anyway, the great way is to ignore the soul and create your own, create your own life. Sometimes you just need to block all of this and create your own. Get real creative and put it to work. In 2007, she was, I assume your daughter, was a senior in high school when Obama made a campaign visit at her school one evening. Scarlett Johansson was with him. So all of my daughter's friends is since she go. Yeah. Well, it's exciting for teenagers to see some celebrities, I guess. Huh? Wow. I'm just reading some of the comments and I'm terrified. Oh, Paul Archibald ask, I have been here the whole life, but when you go in for Q&A next time, if you don't mind. No, I don't mind you asking, but I mind answering because I don't know. Not because I really mind. No, so I afraid to make too big of a promises because as I told you guys, since this war had started, I don't know, something happened to my emotional energies that I was really enjoying spending time off. Not enjoying, I felt like like a need to survive, to spend time off YouTube, but I will try to, maybe not to our lives every day, but I'm hoping to find a purpose and topics and good ideas where I can post regularly again. And to answer your question, if whether I know what I'm gonna do next live, I would just say this: I will try to make a community post. Like if I know that this evening I'm gonna be live at 7 p.m. So I make a community post and say, hey, catch me live, ask a question, or let's have a discussion. So I'm gonna try to sometimes say it ahead, but the issue is, I don't know, it's like a rule. Each time I'm saying I'm gonna be live at 7 p.m., for example, something come up, or we have some plans, or we have dinner, something happens, and then I feel awful. So uh maybe I will develop some kind of regular schedule for the live, maybe like once or twice a week we can do actual live show. But thank you so much for asking. I appreciate you wanting to attend it. 101 days, you need to get your mind off it occasionally. Yes, thank you for understanding. Whew. And I think it happens naturally. I think our brain can only take this much. And then, like I catch myself, watching, like I really love inspiring things, like beautiful things, aesthetically pleasing, funny. So yeah, if you don't follow me on Instagram, what are you doing? What are you doing? I know some of you don't have Instagram, but if you do, if somebody could put my Instagram account, it's Veronica underscore Olson on Instagram. I do mostly, some of you guys may or may not know, I have obsession over the furs, and I love old Hollywood style and all of these things. So I post like short videos. I do have another little business which is like my glamorous furs. So I have fun showing off some of my items on my Instagram, just kind of posting pretty things. When I do it, I don't think about anything. That, those short moments. So if you have Instagram, please follow me there. And when I get enough followers on Instagram, glamorous shots. Yes, Jim. I just really enjoy doing it. It makes me happy. Like, I don't know, it's better than alcohol or drugs. So plus some of you guys like buying gifts from my shop, so it's also fun. But I have almost 3,000 followers there, so when we have more, sometimes what we could do is when it's enough of us, we could, yes, I love classic fashion, I love retro fashion, it's my favorite ever. So when maybe we have some important discussion or something like that on Instagram, it's really easy to do double video. So double, not double live, but it's really easy to do a video, both sides. So I can have a guest, you can just hop in, you can share something. So I love that you can do that on Instagram. So easy. I'm surprised YouTube do not have yet a, like when you comment and I can say, hey, I see you, John, would you like to come on a live with me and share the video? Like you can do it through software, but not directly. Live video chat, yes. So sometimes if you follow me on Instagram and we have some topic, or maybe you have some unique experience you want to share, then you can hop on and I can see you, and you can take over and share your story, your experience, or something like that. That would be so much fun. That's one thing that's missing on Instagram. On YouTube, how cool it would be. Then when you comment and you have something interesting to share, I just push a button and your video appears. You share what you wanted. Then we invite somebody else. It would bring so much more fun to it. I know you can do it through the software, and someone needs to learn how to do it, but on Instagram it's real easy. So yes, I think Bill posted my Instagram account, which is my name, Veronica with K underscore OLSON. It's just Veronica Olson. I never knew I will be using Instagram, so it just has my name on it. Plain and simple. Jim says I hate seeing myself on the video. That's okay. I understand. Not everybody wants to, but I'm just saying it just kind of adds variety to the content, and those people who want to come out and share, they could have that option to do it. Veronica, if you love extra fashion, retro fashion, you would love the fashion in the TV series Anna Detective. Okay, I'll check you out. Thank you. Yeah, I really enjoy watching beautiful women, doing retro fashion. Just I really love. It's really inspiring. So not in some weird way. It's really inspiring. Thank you guys so much for your support this evening. It's interesting how, like, when I came, I was so low energy and about, 1 minute from crying, and then connecting with you, feeling your presence. Like, I feel so much better now. That's the power of being able to connect. Thank you guys so much. And I'm sorry for a bit hectic video today. Not that it's never non-hectic, but... Wait, what happened? I have a giant face that takes up the entire screen. The thing is, when you make a video, your face is always giant because the camera adds the volume to. So don't ever judge yourself, because on camera you will always appear bigger than you are in real life. They say it's, I don't know, 10 to 15 pounds or something. So yes, it makes you appear. So when you're closer, you look bigger. When you're a bit further, you look a bit, smaller. Whatever. I always say, take a camera, try to do a video, and then judge. I want to see that. How about that? It's really hard to do. 100 pounds to my face. I think you're too harsh. Yeah. When you see yourself first time on a camera, you're like, oh my God, I look horrible. But then you just look at it. And then, when you meet somebody in person, you probably will get a compliment, because usually most people look better off camera, but it depends. Who cares anyway? With everything that's been going on in Ukraine, I started to not care about things that don't matter. There are always going to be people who love you and adore you, and always going to be people who will criticize you and criticize your appearance, criticize what you talk about. So it's like, whatever. Don't like it? The door is open. Arrivederci. Adios. That's right, Veronica, you tell them. Yes. So, but I was just thinking it would be so cool to have some time the video. Thank you, Stan. I appreciate it. Yes, you guys cheering me up. And not only cheering me up, but you also, knowing that we can create something together that will actually, yes, I take my time and energy to connect. We all take time and maybe a bit more energy from me to talk and share things, but knowing that something good come out of it as well, feeling your support, it makes it worse, makes everything worse it, right? Make it worthwhile. I'm telling you, my brain is on decline. We need to change this president because it's affecting me, okay? His spread the virus. I'm gonna blame him for that. It's a problem when you don't like your giant face. Okay, Jim, slow down. I think you should just chill out on that one. Just relax. It's like, that's the only face you're going to have, so you might as well love it. I'm just gonna tell you a secret. When I meet young women that like doubt their appearance, I always tell them, decide to be beautiful, period. Doesn't matter uh who consider you what. You making yourself a program. I'm beautiful, period. Your opinion don't count. A lot of women are getting so so worried because of all these beauty standards and filters and what it is, plastic surgeries. I love talking to like teenage girls and like girls in their early 20s who are really worried about their appearance, and I try to tell them that yes, beautiful appearance or appealing appearance is good, but any appearance can look beautiful if you put something inside. If you generate light and joy and cheerfulness and laughter, you will never be without um you'll never be without men around you. You will never be without men who admire you. Not just men, but people. The inside really matters. Yes, we all attracted to aesthetics, but you decide. So I really, really try to encourage young women to not do things to their face. Yes, we all use makeup and sometimes filters, sometimes some different hairstyles and eyelashes, but don't do any operations. Don't risk your life for it. When you use your creativity, when you see yourself in a beautiful light, people will see you in a beautiful light. So just the other week I ran into a girl and she was so beautiful, but she was so insecure about her appearance, and she was asking me some questions. I think she was like, I don't know, maybe 19. And I just told her like, all it takes is just deciding. That's it. Just decided. Took that decision. I love seeing, not arrogance, not fake, but kind of this like overflowing confidence. How like feminine confidence in women. It is so beautiful because literally every woman that is in touch with your feminine is beautiful. Every woman that is connected to her inner beauty is stunning. But because she looks at some glamour magazines that tells you, oh, if you are not this size or not this height, she sometimes feel like maybe she's not, but she is. So I love connecting with young women sometimes when I'm out and about, because that inner feeler that's inside really makes a woman beautiful. Everything else we can edit, or you know what I mean. I wouldn't say mother's love. I don't really feel myself like a mother to younger women, but I do feel like somebody who lived a bit longer and knows more. I would say it's like maybe like the sister love, because mother's love is a bit maybe a little bit later I will feel it, but I feel more like not even a mentor, but kind of, there's nothing wrong with mother's love. I think I feel it toward the babies, yes, but when it comes to young women, I just feel kind of more like I don't know how to quite explain it, but maybe like a big sister or something. It just comes naturally. You just want to see them shine, because young women have so many complexes about their appearance. It's like they're absolutely stunning at that moment, and they just create things about themselves that do not exist. They create these issues that don't even make any sense. But it is a nurturing love, so maybe it could be compared to mother's love in terms of that is really nurturing. So it comes from a very like warm and loving place. So you can call it whatever. but I'm too wild to like, I'm too adventurous. I don't know how to say this. I'm not the conventional kind of mother. So I don't really feel that, but maybe I will one day. I was hopscotching the other day. I think it was last weekend. Yeah, so we were having a good time, and I just like, I was just really, in the moment, and I started hopscotch, and it really made a splash. Which is, I mean, what is so special about it? It's nothing wrong with it. It's just a moment. Sometimes you just feel that. So I guess. By the way, I highly recommend you to hopscotch. I don't care how old you are. I don't care how you feel, but it just really changed your chemistry. It's normal. I'm telling you. I also, yeah, when I was so we were at the park, me and a few other people, and I was listening to the music, and it was sunny, and everything was so beautiful, and I'm just listening to I'm listening to the music, and I was holding someone else's hand, and we start to hopscotch. I start to hopscotch, and the other person said, decided to join me in this. So, and we are passing by this car, and there is this lady in the car, and she's having lunch, and like I happened to turn my head, and she's having lunch. She has glasses, and she's having lunch, and um she's like, no, I can't. I need to slow down. Okay. She had, I don't know, I don't know how to show it, but she was literally like, like she saw somebody with 3 ears, or like a middle eye or something. And she just did this like slow reaction. It just like nothing really was weird going on. Just good vibes. You know how they show like in a slow movie when somebody reacts, like in a real slow movie, like the slow reaction. It was hilarious. It was so funny. So I highly recommend you, if you get anything from this video, try to hopscotch and tell me how it went for you. It's illegal in most states. Thank you, Colin. I appreciate it. Thank you. I have not been very uplifting lately, but it's all your fault. Thank you so much for the kind words. I appreciate it. Yes, guys, I was wild, but I was born to be wild, but only till 9 p.m. And it's already midnight. So, thank you so much. Wait, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you. That's somebody from Brasilia. Thank you. Muchas gracias. Thank you. I appreciate. I appreciate the compliment. I hope that was a compliment. So thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Joe Fred. Thank you for the kind words, and thank you for listening to everything I had to say. Oh, I see. I see what you're saying. Okay, yeah, it's fine. I do think that that nurturing feeling that you have, it's probably somewhat motherly now when I think about it. So it doesn't really matter how you call it. I'm not offended. Don't worry about it. I think being a mother is the best thing in this entire universe. So yeah, midnight lady. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. Honestly, I stole it from somewhere. I saw this quote somewhere. I was born to be wild, but only till 9 p.m. So I honestly stole it, but I really do love it. And it's true. It's true. For most of us, it's true. I never thought I'm gonna be sitting today for 2.5 hours, but it happened. Guys, thank you so much for your support. I don't know if John is still here. John F, thank you so much for supporting everybody else who is here and contributing in any positive ways. Thank you so very much. Please know that we are on a mission to help, and we help people directly. And within about for the next, I believe, by the next weekend, I'm gonna have another video with clips of people we help, the people that send you positive vibes and tons of appreciation for what you do. So thank you. And just to make it clear for those who donated to Valeria's fundraiser, these are not money for her in particular. This is support for those people that need help, and she delivers that help. And she posts all the receipts, she posts all the pictures, all the snaps, all the receipts. She's really, I don't know what that woman is made of, and how to make more of women like her. I don't know. That could be the next topic. But thank you so much, guys, so much for your support. Oh, thank you for another super chat. Oh, America's favorite Brazilian, thank you. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yes, energy is important, and hopefully it will stay a bit even during these times. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys that been here forever. You know, we are kind of like a YouTube family for a long time now. So thank you. I appreciate the Jim. I agree with you. Wait, I have some. Okay, don't fall. Okay, so anyhow, guys, midnight prince, midnight lady. Somebody said, "Are you afraid my chair will turn into pumpkin?" So I'm going to wish you good night. Oh my gosh, I'm in shock that we are live for 2.5 hours. But you know what? I want to thank you for staying here with me. And if you've been here from the beginning, you know the transformation. It does mean that community and shared things, even in the most difficult moments, gives us uplifting energy and lifts up our spirit. So no more voice left. Thank you so much for being with me. Yes, we are on the verge of pumpkin, of chair turning into a pumpkin, and internet turning into dial up. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful week. I will post all the information again below the video. If you need any links, if you want to know how to connect with me, you can DM me on Instagram. You can send me an email. I will post campaign links, Patreon links, and everything else. You can also become a member of the channel if you want me to have more motivation to come on live, because sometimes when I make these long lives, I put them for members only. So it will cost you about a cup of coffee a week. Wait, not a week, a month if you want to. It's not a requirement, but if you'd like to support my channel, you can join the membership. So you don't ever, oh my god, You don't ever need to miss a video. How in the world? Okay. Anyway, thank you so much, and I will see you very soon. Have a good night, and I hope we all have a reason to laugh. Thank you. Good night, everyone. Thank you, John, and everyone who made it through. Thank you for spending so much time with me. Thank you, guys, and thank you so much for your support. I will update you guys on the campaign, and let's keep our Ukrainian brothers and sisters in our hearts and do whatever we can do. If everybody does something, it will help. It has been helping, and the evil will be stopped. Light will win over the darkness. Good night.